I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone and I walk up. My shadow's the only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone would find me. Till then I walk alone. Somewhere in my mind, on the borderline of the edge and where I walk alone. Read between the lines, what's fucked up and everything's alright. Check my vital signs, know I'm still alive and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk up. My shadow's the only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone would find me. Till then I walk alone.
Step one, you say we need to talk. He walks, you say sit down, it's just talk. He smiles politely back at you. You stare politely right on. There's some sort of window to your right. As he goes left and you stay right. Swing the lines, everything. You begin to wonder why you came. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bed. I never said I put out later. You all night that I know I said that I know that you know best. 'Cause after all you do know best. Try to slip past his defense without granting innocence. Lay down a list of what is wrong, the things you told him all along. Pray to God he hears you, and pray to God he hears you. And where did I go wrong? And along, and where did I go wrong? And along, and where did I go wrong? And along, and
How we doing, team? Sorry, I was either two ways to scare you. You know, I don't know how to frighten you guys. Because unfortunately, I had to take off OBS yesterday afternoon. Because of the doing it when I do sessions or whatever. So anytime I do sessions, hold on one sec. Get this done. There we go. All right. Boom. All right. So now we're good. Good to rock and roll. But yeah. So point being, I you know, had the OBS. When you have OBS pulled up, I don't know if you ever guys have OBS and something pulled up, and if you have a video capture on, it does not let you. So you're about to get a big version of me. So here it comes, and there I am. And hey, I guess it isn't as big as I thought it would be. You know, I figured it'd be a lot bigger than that. I thought it used to be a lot bigger than that. But there I am. What's up? How we doing today, team? A little bit slower all for lunch hours. Watching the SPY really just wind down. PXMD could be our good lunch hour short opportunity, you know, under the trend line crack back under this 310 shelf VWAP back down to 2.9, possibly overall to 270-ish. I could see this down to. APRN was the last one that I saw. I alerted to some traders in chat. It was another trend line crack. Cracked the trend line. There was actually really two in my opinion on this. I had that in the 1 minute time frame earlier, but I had two trend lines on this. Here was the newest. There was one, but there was really just one right here overall, and that was the main trend line. You can see right here, even in the 3 minute time frame. This was the main trend line, and when that one cracked, that was when we really, you could tell, started heading back on down. So that's what we can kind of look for PXMD. Any of these other plays though, ATXI, not a lot going on there anymore. We are holding, like I said, if we hold 8, we're still good to go. I've said earlier if we hold just like the 8 to 750 area, you know, 750, I saw the slow dip. I just figure 8's going to be the key now where we halted up at. VWAP is there as well. So that's really the main area I'm kind of looking at on those two. Get this readjusted as well. There we go. So ATXI and the downtrend. Of course, we have the downtrend that we can keep on watch. The downtrend, perfect little downtrend right here overall. But tips of the candles, bodies of the candles, about to maybe run into it again, so watch for the downtrend break. I'm going to put some resistance levels on the way back up that we'd care about and worry about. This would be your main one kind of moving back up. 875 is definitely one, but the downtrend line's right at 875, so I won't put one there. It's just over 875 at 905 to 910 that you're going to see some resistance. And then, of course, we have one. These are like the main areas, in my opinion. Then we have 10 as your other one. Yeah, SPY. I had a feeling the SPY, like I said, I just had a feel. There was a nice move back up today, and then it had a nice little down, just super, you know, I always talk about putting these severe downtrends in, so you can see the severe downtrend overall on the SPY right here. So you can see that nice downtrend, and we finally break out there. There's your nice move back up and above the VWAP. And a couple of those times I'll say, man, I felt bearish along the way today, and that's why with you guys, when I know a deck, I guess took this early, and I was like, man, this just has a lot of resistance in this area. And it did get over it, but it failed finally, and it is flushing its way back on down to the Fleshland. It really had Taco Tuesday a little early last night. It hit a T-Bill, Taco Bueno, Taco Casa. I mean, it hit a Taco Del, whatever the other one is. I mean, it hit up all the taco joints last night. I guess it was a late night out for the SPY. You know, was partying, saying, yeah, we held, let's go get some tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. And all those tacos finally hit. You know, you have a combo of all kinds of those different joints, tacos. It only bodes to not the best of end results usually, is what I've heard. Let's see here. ATXI needs to break DT. Let's see, ATXI. Watching ATXI right now. Here we go. Boom. Watching that. So I had that was kind of my high watch stock really as of right now. Really everything else is for the most part. You know, LVTX, it's just so up and down wiki. You know, like right here it comes back down again. LVTX, the spread on it's pretty. Yeah. I don't like the spread, but you can tell every time it's popped up today, it's right back down. Pop up today, right back down. Pop up today, it's trying to hold this time a little bit more so than coming right back down. Just not a big fan of its movement. Even yesterday after shorting it, which was great. It was great to start the day. It is very wicky at times, 100%. So just be careful with LVTX. You can get wicked out on it. PXMD crap. It's all good. I'm not going to worry about trying to force this in right now, but PXMD really could start seeing this down team. If you want to take a quick little short on it, here's your opportunity right now. I did just miss this, and there you go. I had a feeling this was going to be your short opportunity for lunch hours, team. If you are in this, look for a profit around the 290 area, possibly around 2.8 and then 270-ish. If you get to 270 and if you haven't locked up, you know, is Wayne Brady going to have to smack a fool, I guess is what I would then say. I guess the old school term, I have to flip that around. Is Wayne Brady going to have to choke a fool? I think it's choke, he said, right? Choke a fool? But he didn't say fool, he said something else. Oh, the Chappelle show. Those were the days. Making people like Wayne Brady, who's just the sweetest, nicest guy in the world, and turn him into a very bad man. There's your lineup. Yeah, I remember even just a few years ago when that taco burrito thing that you can get, it's like 6 and 6, whatever it is. I think it's 6 or 12 total. Maybe it's 10 total, whatever it is you can get. The thing's $15 now. I remember when it was like 10. I know it was. Me and my wife got it every once. It was like every blue moon. Like, all right, let's go to Taco Bell. Let's go get that whatever pack. It was like 10. It was either $10.99 or I think it was $10.99. I say it wasn't $99 anymore. I think it was $11. Talk about inflation. They want that money. They want their money for their tacos. SJ, watch this trend line team. Another great trend line for an easy short opportunity. Now, it hasn't moved up a lot today, so this won't be as a severe crack. You'll probably get down to, probably 220. I would say in the end, maybe in the end around this probably 209 area. What is crazy when you see these plays when the VWAP does not move up with it overall. Now, typically, you would think it does have room down to 2, and it does. Now, the movement and the volume, I just don't think we will get that sort of big movement back all the way fully, flushing its way back down. ATXI seems to be, to me, the top stock to watch if we get over this 905-ish, 910 area. Watch for a potential squeeze. I would say overall at first to 9.5, then we know we're going to see 10. PXMD getting close to, like I said, we're getting close to at least your first lockup zone would be mine around 2.9, if in that. Questions, comments, concerns, anything you have, and I won't be having tacos today myself. Thank you for bringing that back up again, everyone. And then Sniz yesterday, thank you for the great idea. Fortunately, got a call from the wife yesterday. It was actually a text in my afternoon sessions yesterday that she will not be coming home. She's like, don't be mad at me. I won't be able to come home tomorrow. I can't come home till Wednesday now. She's like, she has to discipline someone, essentially, and they're off today. I'm like, well, bring him in on his day off. And they're like, they don't do that as a company. I'm like, you don't do that? Who cares? Bring that dude in on his day off and discipline and get your butt out of there. So anyway, no tacos for me today. I'm going to save and wait for tomorrow. I'm going to smoke some meat, though. I'll have all day tomorrow. It's a beautiful day. The high tomorrow is only 75. I'm going to get out there early, get the smoker going. It's okay, though. Y'all enjoy your tacos for me today. I'm going to have tacos tomorrow at the wazoo. I'm going to be crying tonight and going, where am I talking? APRN, look at the short team. APRN, this was another great one. I wish I actually would have located some shorts on this and I'm telling y'all, I like some apron. This blue apron, I've been loving this, honestly. I've traded this stock a few times. It gives back gains quite a bit. This has been a tremendous short. Could have gotten in somewhere at the worst, probably, I'd say, this trend line crack, boom, 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 right around somewhere in this 530 to maybe even 520, 525 at worst. I mean, nice little short. Nothing crazy, but again, like I think we're going to get with PXMD, PXMD, you might get about, 20, 30, maybe even 40 somehow cents in the end out of it. Queenie, can we just lay down boo-boo pants? Could we? Go back to today's mover. It's Axie. I'm amped to get my tacos played. There you go. Sniz not bad one. Yeah, there used to be a place in Nutty's back in the day. I remember that. I hate it. And it's crazy how much stuff has gone up. It used to be, they called it the 6-pack. We'd always go get a 6-pack of tacos for $6 at our, which they netted not much more, but yeah, it was a 6-pack for $6. That was the thing back in the day, man. That was our joint did so. That was, of course, not in Little Rock. That was my Dallas area. There was one in Northwest Arkansas that did that too. I love the 6-pack for $6, man. That's some good stuff. You get you some tacos. New year, let's see, new year to date lows on SPY. Are we in the 362s? Yep, there we go. Because the lows was what, 362? No, the lows are 362.17. What do we hit today? Okay, we got right below that. Just right below that. Okay, cool. We get right below in that in the 361. Generally, of course, with the SPY, you're going to have that lower shadow, so it's going to bounce off that area right there. It'll go down a little bit lower, but that area is going to try to hold. Essentially, just call it, 362. Dumping, man. Woo! Dumping. Hey, it's all right. Hey, get ready, team. I'm telling you right now, get ready for, I'm telling you, whatever long-term play you want to get into, get ready, team. It is your prime time to say, hey, I've never swung anything for a long period of time. This is my first time I can actually invest into something, and everyone's going to be doing it. I know they are. It's just one of those things that we haven't seen this in a while. And so we finally get to be a part of it. You know, it's when they have the solar eclipse or whatever, you know, which actually, I think it's maybe 2024. I think it's 2024. There's one that comes over just right over, I think it's Dallas too, but I know it comes over Little Rock, but I'm sure it's Dallas in Texas. We're going to be in the blackout, complete blackout zone, like right in the perfect area. You know, once and however often you're going to be completely in the complete blackout. And I'm like, man, that's going to be nuts to see. And so we're in one of those moments right now with the spy right now, team. You know, it's one of those times where it's time to, you know, whatever you want to, even if it's small. Hell, I don't care if it's you do a contract, which again, if you want to do, you know, if you want to do options, you know, I would just do shares because you know you can hold those forever. I think every contract's going to have, of course, a contract. It's going to have an expiration date on it. These, you know, shares don't. You can hold it forever, and that's why I'm getting an Amazon. I already am in Amazon. Amazon keeps coming down. You better believe I'll get Amazon some more. We're hitting all upper shadows now, team. ATXI, we're shadowing it up. So we have upper shadow, upper shadow, upper shadow, upper shadow. So there is our downtrend line, team. I'll go ahead and mark that as red so you can really see. Then on top of the fact, don't get to my tacos today. Now I can't surprise Avery until Thursday. So I've got to, I still have the Jeep, which is cool. I get to drive it around one more time today, enjoy it. But yeah, it's kind of like, no, I got to wait one more day for tacos. And now I got to wait one more day then to surprise Avery. Patience, team. Any questions, any stocks you want to go over? I'm sure you probably have had those answered by now, I would imagine. If there's anything else, though, let me know. You want to go over, there's another, whether it's slow or something I haven't looked at overall, let me know. I don't think there's really too much we haven't gone over. SJ, the trend line, watch for that crack. Come on, San Jose. These are my team back in the little hockey game, too, with the San Jose Sharks. They were kind of good there for a minute. But remember those San Jose Shark jerseys, those little turquoisey with the shark on it? Man, those was my jam back in the day. I just liked the shark and the color. I played with them. They were pretty good. Watch for the trend line crack. PXMD, we've already got the trend line crack, the shelf crack. We're just trying to get down to 2.9 for level 1 for scale out. And then below that, you know you're going to start dumping away even more. The only thing that really, and I will say that with these lower float plays, that's what's holding them up. You know, when you're shorting them, that's exactly why. You know, if you short a play that's lower float, it's just not, it doesn't take much volume and buying power to move back into those plays as well. You know, generally I love, like I say, a 27 mil when it does have volume. That's very easy to short. Up to, say, of course, down to 19.5. That's always good. 37, 8, you know, that 20 to 40 mil is my go-to. Now, I'll love 10 mil every once in a while. Now, these aren't short plays. I'm just kind of showing you the float. I'm clicking on the float right here, if you see. That's what I like. You know, you start getting to 8.7, you start getting to 1. You got to be a little more careful with those shorts. And they have to be, the prime setup, which is a pretty nice setup. And then you just then have to hope that volume, a lot of the time, like I said, because those low float plays, that's why a lot of shorters move away from them and don't short them, is because they can really squeeze on you in a hurry. Oh, live look at Wall Street. Deck taking a quick pick right down there. SpongeBob's running left, right. Actually, they are just all, well, no, okay, there's one running right to left. Most of them are running left to right. Some are running right to left. They don't know where to go. We've got a madhouse over here. So I said, if you want to day trade it, fine, but that's why I said recently, and that's fine. Look how much it even hold up, 362. Look at it dump. Dump da da dump da da dump da da dump da da dump dump. Dum da da dum da da dum da da dum 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 dum. That's why I said just be careful lately. You know, once it got below that, and I'll go back to the spy to really show you where a lot of those. Of course, you know, low area, and it didn't even hold there. That we finally clipped off the area, and it barely. I'd say we barely even held. This is the area when I knew is my point. We didn't hold to that. That's not good. Like when we went through all these lower. Okay, so let's go from right here, 375, and I'll zoom in a little. I'll just make this big so you can really see here. I'll zoom in a little bit. When we went through all of this right here, team, and I'll go ahead and put a line in so you can see this line right here. I don't know why I even did that. I've got lines above that I don't even need to use anymore. This is going to be resistance on the way back up, though, now. When we get to see the bottom right here, any of this bottom area around 370, 50, all the way up to some of the, you know, the lower shadows, 373s, all the way up to where some of the bodies of the candles are at 375, you know, even up to just say like this area, 370, almost 376. Look out to the right here, how we didn't hold any of that. Look at that. You know, I'm back to the bottom now. We didn't hold none of that held. Nothing held. We just completely dumped. That's a sign of saying, team, I'm telling you, don't touch this thing if you want to go long or if you want to go short for now. I'm saying if you want to go long for your long-term hold or scalping, just be careful. But short's the thing. You know, short's the thing to do for now. This is going to continue to dump down to those areas, which now we're down to the next one. We're kind of running into a lot of which, you know, then we have to scroll back, and I'll show you guys where you can scroll back to. And this kind of, see this area right there, see where that orange line hits? That's the area that I was looking for. Now we're kind of moving down to this 368 area. Okay, boom, below that, right? Then we're below 363, kind of what we just hit off of, low of day area 3, or low of year area 362. Okay, now we got to go back a little bit more, right? And so this is really just the next area that can really hold it up, in my opinion, is really this 352, 353, 355 area. See right there, old resistance equals new support. That to me is where it's going to hold up next, most likely. You know, we're probably going to see more continuation down, $5-6 more in my opinion. Now maybe we see, and I'll zoom in a tad bit more here, and you can see what I'm looking at also is this area right here. So a little bit of congestion around the 359 to 357-ish, 358 area, just below 360. I would imagine though by today, if this continues, which is nuts because it's going to be another $10 dump day. I say nuts, we've seen those, but it's just like, geez, here we come. And maybe, and that's, maybe the sooner we get to the faster, but that means I honestly then I also think though the sooner we get to these low areas, does that mean we just are going to continue to dump? And that's why some people, I can see why they're saying, hey, we may get down below that 320 area. That a lot of people are saying that's going to be the low. I mean, the faster you get to those areas, and we still haven't doing the interest rate hikes, people are still scared. It could go below 320 typically, and possibly. And so that's why I'd say at least wait till, you know, if you're looking to average in, you know, it'd always be small shares. Smaller, you get bigger as you go down is my point. And so if you want to get some at 320, that would be, to me, you know, that's where you'd really start bulking up some shares. And then put some maybe below 320 just in case. We never know how much we're going to dump here. And of course, you know, you never know when traders and their mindset stop getting so scared. I don't know where that little, I don't look at it. I'm sure I can look it up. But that fear and greed index little thing that people are showing, I'm sure that fear is super low and below 30 still. You get back above 40 and 50, then you're going to probably start seeing a little bit more return. And then to be possible 350. There you go. That's what I say. I mean, that's kind of what I'm assuming myself. There's really not really any support till you get down into that area. So, you know, I would see it probably in the end of the day. I wouldn't be surprised. And I said this in the past about different tickers. One with Sava that one day when Sava had yet to make the $10 move. I think it was only $4 or $5 into it. And then I said, I could see another $10 move. I could see this as a $10 move today. So that would be down to 360, overall range of 360. And then typically dipping down right below that into the high 357s, or the high 350s, the high 357s. And that'd be funny if that's where it really gets to. Everyone's like, oh my God, that's fine. Man, I can't believe that's what's crazy too. That just shows you how slow it is. We are only 20 minutes into lunch commentary too. I thought we were at least like maybe 40 minutes in by now. We were only 20 minutes in. Oh, I'm going to do this. Why is that not showing? I thought that did show on Trade Ideas. That's weird. I know SPXU does that. Or SPX, right? Yeah, right? I don't know why. That's weird that VIX isn't popping up. I thought that would on Trade Ideas. Unless someone knows how to pop that up on Trade Ideas. I don't know how that's not popping up. That's weird. Well, team, it is a very much of a slow, scary fest today. Again, just because of what I've been doing, I mean, we can get over into some lessons. I had the couple from yesterday that I was kind of making up from last week that I wanted to get in last week. I didn't get in. It looks like I'm going to have to dive into some more today. Really just not a lot going on. It has just completely died off. Even ATXI had that one small attempt. We're still in the downtrend, but look at the volume, even over my point being over the last, say, 9-10 minutes here. It's like everyone's watching the SPY just crumble. Yes, if there's any tickers you want to go over, let me know. Team, questions, comments, concerns, whatever it may be, let me know. It is a slow one out there. I'd say the main stock, if you want to look for one in penny stocks overall, is going to probably be ATXI. If you can get back, of course, over the downtrend and really, truly through 9, that's when we can start looking at it again. Gee golly, did SJ finally crack its trend line? You know, there's your trend line crack. PMXMD with the trend line crack and looking like it may finally start saying this downtrend go down a little bit more. Finger here. What do we got? Finger. Oh, that's right. All these have super low volume. LVTX has super low volume. I say super low. It's got pretty low volume today. Just not a big fan of its movement and chart. You know, the way it moves overall in the upper and lower shadows. INM, I think, is done for the day now overall, in my opinion. As you can tell, that is just collapsed completely. That back down to $6. Queenie, that is not a toy. No, ma'am. No. No. Come here. Come here, Queenie. Lady. Goober butt. Scary, I am loving this. It's gonna be scary to some people. I'm double-edged about this one. I like it, but I don't. I want hot markets again. This doesn't provide hot markets, so I mean, and the reason I do like it is because we get long-term investments out of it. But I just am not a fan of these market conditions. This is just something I don't like at all. I can't stand this. This is something I do not want at all. I like 2020 a lot more. You ask me if I went 2020 or 2022, I'll take 2020 any day of the week over this year. Especially what I know now, my account size now. Hello. Bueller. I'd be killing it. I'm like, just get in. Just buy a stock. Here it goes. We'll get there again. Not to maybe 2020's effect, but we'll get back to hot again. But that's the reason I just don't like this. I'm like, I want something to talk about. I want to racehorse this thing. I want to be like I'm calling a race. I feel like I'm talking about two tortoises just walking around, in the backyard. Maybe you gonna eat your greens? No. Couple more steps. No. Okay. No. Turning around. Still turning. And still turning. Are you just sitting there now? What are we doing? It's like, well, that's what I feel about this market. Besides, of course, spy crashing, but still, otherwise it's just like, geez, is anyone there? Where do you think Where do you think you will be at in another hour? Where do you think you will be at? Where I will be at? Did you honestly ask where I'm going to be at in 2 or 3 hours or 2 or 3 years? Oh my God, I didn't even read it. I thought it was going to be 2 to 3 hours. I didn't even read all that Ascension. I was like, where do you think? I literally didn't read all that. I just expected it was going to be hours on there. That's hilarious. Where do you think you'll be at in another 2 or 3 years? Hopefully in my forever home, the first one. My nice, beautiful office, sweet arcade wall behind me, talking to you guys, maybe still during lunch hours. Certainly, hopefully here still in Tradecaster, I would imagine. I don't know where at in Arkansas, but somewhere here in Arkansas, I'd imagine. Trading stock still for sure, doing exactly what I'm doing right now. This is every day, waking up, this is exactly what I wanted to do. I mean, of course, originally I wanted to talk about sports for a living and in front of an audience and give my opinion on sports. Well, that didn't really happen and work out that great. So, it was just, I didn't feel like putting the time and effort in, which I noticed that too when I got in the stock market. So putting the time and effort in here, I love talking now. I get to talk about stocks every day to an audience, and to continue to grow that audience and to continue to show you guys what to do, being options by then. So, every day, finding for sure penny stock plays, 100% small cap plays that are moving. If there's none, find something that's technically sound in the blue chip world, large cap world that's, pretty technically sound, and to get some options in. Whatever the market conditions are given, go long, go short. Of course, calls, puts. Yeah, Ascension for sure. Yeah, I mean, a lot of my money is, I just still don't trade with a lot of it. I could probably go bigger even with my account size. My account size, it's not like it's super small. I just haven't upped it. I could trade with $100,000 if I wanted to. I just don't feel like it. For some reason, I don't feel the necessity to do that right now. Very comfortable in where I'm at. Now, I think I'm going to get there in the next few years because I would like, Avery, my wife, to retire. She's just banking, too. So I kind of like that extra $100,000+ a year that she's bringing in. So until I'm bringing in, which I can, that's where I'm like, I kind of have to up the game and be like, all right, need 100 more K a year now. Wife's got to retire. Step it on up, bigger shares. Let's go. Every trade now, it's just one of those things I'm going to look to do for sure. Progress. I just have to go bigger share size is the big thing. I just don't go bigger share size. I could now. I just don't a lot of the time. But yes, kind of the same spot, just growing. One like me, I love Michael Jordan. Am I going to be Michael Jordan of the stock market? I think people can aspire to be that. I don't think there ever is going to be. There might be one or two. You might see someone grow but there's going to be so many traders out there who are good. I don't think there's ever going to be just that one or two trader you're going to look at. Some people may look at one or two as the best, but there's just so many great ones out there. So I just want to be a role player. You know, I don't mind being, you know, a Ron Harper. You know, I don't mind being a Steve Paxton or a Steve Kerr, a John Paxson, either way, or B.J. Armstrong, Horace Grant. You know, I don't mind being a nice, good role player, teaching you guys day in, day out what to do. You know, make my good money. You know, I'm happy. I've got 3 Jeeps. I've got a BMW. I've got a beautiful wife. I've got 20 animals. I've got the setup I want. You know, you know, there's not. I love what's. Oh God. Oh geez, I forgot his name now. You know, I think money and approaching that, how you think of success is one thing. You know, finding pure happiness is another. You know, people determine success by so many stupid things, I think. You know, mine's happiness. Are you happy? You've succeeded then. You know, if you're happy with what you're doing, you have succeeded. You know, I wasn't happy when I first started doing this. I failed. I sucked. I was not happy. I have not succeeded. I just got a $90,000 Jeep. I have 4 vehicles in my name. I have a credit score of 850. I have a beautiful wife that works her ass off. I have 20. I'm happy as can be. I'll get happier, I'm sure, maybe, possibly. But, you know, I'm just happy in my boat where I am right now. You know, I'll keep pushing along. Just being a part of this with Deck, guys like Kush. At the seminar, I was like, I'm doing this? You know, this is, what? I love being able to talk, and I think I'm good at that for sure. You know, being able to speak to people just comes naturally. My dad did it forever. But being a top trader, I still don't see myself as that. I mean, I guess I am. Maybe to a lot of people. I go live to you guys. I guess I am a mentor, certainly so, but I still have a lot of room to grow. But yeah, so I just feel very accomplished to be even in this chat room and going live for you every day. So while I'll never leave and want to continue to do this for sure. What do we got here? Yeah, Ascension, yeah, I got that a lot. I mean, Tim even said that yesterday. He's like, imagine if you took every trade, for when that was, imagine if you took every trade you alerted. And I was like, yeah, I know. I would probably have to have more losses for sure, but I'd have a lot more wins, I know. What's up, Love Chip? How we doing? Go back to a Taxi. I was watching this, but it just failed again. Axie, or however you want to word it. Oh, let's see, Love Chip, AK or Michael Jordan, period of innocence. I think, shit, I wish. Hey, I'll be the Michael Jordan of trying to teach. Definitely would love to be that. Yeah, what was his name? That's what I thought it was. I was like, what's his last name? Robbins. I was like, yeah, Tony. Oh, Tony. Anthony, yeah. Tony Robbins. He goes by Tony Robbins. But yeah, Tony Robbins. Love Tony Robbins. You know, just listen to that inspirational stuff, knowing where you sit in life and are you happy. I even like Pitbull. I mean, he did an interview with Pitbull. It was awesome. Even Pitbull, and just seeing how down to earth and humble he is, you know. But then knowing you got to keep putting that work in. You know, it's not like you've reached the top. I want to keep pushing. Yeah, I want a Ferrari and a Lambo. I'll get it one day though. Bravo. Okay, now I know. Hey man, T-Farm, I'm always boss. You know, I do my best. Yeah, Alex wants some beef jerky prices. I can't imagine where they're at now. So my wife, we moved back to Arkansas. Great anywhere. There's a lot of states with great jerky. Of course, Texas had some great jerky. Arkansas, there's this place nearby the liquor store. They sell this homemade beef jerky from this guy. He's like, man, it was always sitting in this big old jar. Dude, that thing, the guy, I guess, that grew it, I mean, big old slabs that were in there, and you could tell, like, someone did it locally, and I was like, where is this guy, where are y'all getting this from? Like, oh, local guy just brings it in, I've been friends with him forever, and he just like, hey, you want to sell this at your liquor store? And I'm like, oh, wow, that's good, not nice of him. So he could be selling this by the pack. Oh, he does. I asked for a pack of it. It had, like, I forgot how many strips were in it. It was $50 freaking dollars. I was like, $50? $50 for a pack of jerky. I came back out, I told my wife, and she was like, you didn't get it? I was like, I got it. I knew you would have thrown a fit if I didn't get it, but here you go. Here's your jerky. 50 freaking bucks. Enjoy a slice. Give me some. It is so amazing, though. And I was like, jeez. That was like a year ago or so, before everything really started. I mean, that was actually just recently. I think that was earlier this year. So I can't imagine if anything's gone up since then. Ascension, thank you for your help. It's evident you generally like helping people. Yeah, man. I grew up loving. I wish I would have been. Well, I say I wish. It would have been fun to be an actor. You are to top. I appreciate it, Tim Z. You know, like seeing, just making people laugh. Like, of course, Adam Sandler's. You know, Jim Carrey's of the world as a kid. Eddie Murphy's. Just and you can go through the list of names. I can keep going. Chris Farley, Chris Tucker, yada yada yada. Chris Rock. Anyway, definitely Dave Chappelle. But that was when I was older, and I still could have done it, and still probably still could. But yeah, I just love just putting a smile on people's faces. I always notice that, and that's what they love doing. And so I just same thing here. Just being able to talk to people, relate to people, I love doing that, and that's what I wanted to do afterwards. Since I was not going to get into acting, I've gotten into this. Like, I'm not going to go through another 3 or 4 years of struggle and trials and tribulations and crying to my mom every night. Mom, I failed again. Hey, Jay Chan. But yeah, I love you guys. Love you guys. Love being here. We'll keep pushing Ascension. Good question. Definitely will be here, though, hopefully still. And yeah, for sure, 1 year, I'd love to. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the goal, obviously, down the line. That's why I've kind of slowly but surely. And I have that, first year, 25K, end of stock trading. First full year of really trying, 25K. Second year, 50K. Third year, 100K. Last year, 165K. That was just in trading. But then if you add in other stuff that I was doing in trading, like my going live really more so for deck, which I went live, in 2020, but more so last year than my website. So probably close to maybe 200K last year was the overall profit taking in. This year, just eclipse. So I'd say maybe 110,000 in trading. So we'll maybe get to 100. Well, hopefully we get high. Maybe we get to 130, 140,000 by years. And not last year in trading, but then I made more money this year in going live and then in my website. So that's kind of making up for it. But still, again, probably about another 200K a year. So I wanted to make over that this year. Didn't. It's okay. I'm not going to get bummed about it. I know, again, if I get another year that's hotter, I can go long again. That's where I make most of my money. And then if I get into options, so it's just pushing, seeing, okay, here, well, if I'm doing this and if I can then do that, and then I know I'm going to do it because I'm not going to just say anything I've ever said. I mean, back in the day, and I was like, I told you I was going to do it. I'll do it, and so I'm going to get into options, and I know when I get into options, that's where another big chunk of money will start coming in, kind of like it. I can see it, I can liken it in the end, where I'll get always good money on shorts, and I'll make some home runs on shorts, but my home runs will be going long on breakouts and on option plays, like that 15K on SHPH a couple weeks ago, that'll be kind of like I can see that happening on options more often like that, and so ramping up that profit, certainly so. Miss Boss, but how you doing? But yeah, Ascension, yeah, exactly. Trying to make you guys laugh. Not really trying to make, I'm just goofy. I'm kind of special. But main thing I really want to hit with anything with you guys is just being kind of the relation confirmation and knowing like, hey, I've been there. We've all been there. We can go through this. We are a team. And just kind of talking you through whether it's, psychologically, mentally wise, it's just, hey, putting a smile on your face, just being goofy. Overall trying to give you a pep talk, just because maybe someone's down or, hey, you're going through something that I went through, or I know someone that went through that, and you can get through it as well. I mean, we are humans. I mean, I just watch stuff almost daily and I run into it. Sometimes I don't even try to watch these things, or I'll watch certain stories or videos or it's just motivational stuff. And I'm like, man, that's awesome. And the most recent one I know it's kind of goofy, but it's a wrestling story, but it was Sting. I love Sting as a wrestler. Sting was my man growing up. When it was one of his last matches against Seth Rollins, I think it was his last match ever, well, at least until maybe recently. Broke his back, whatever he did, definitely hurt something bad. And I mean, you get my point. Got back up and wrestled the rest of the match. He didn't just walk off and quit. And that was kind of the moral of that story, is saying, he finished the match. He finished his job. That was his job. That's what he was getting paid to do. And so it's like, here, if this is what we want to get paid to do, we can't walk away and quit. We have to keep pushing. We have to see this to the end. And that's the way I feel. So I was just seeing that even last night. I was like, man, all right, Sting. That's why I knew I loved you. Motivating me for tomorrow. Keep pushing. I'm trading stocks, you're wrestling, I don't care, whatever. You're doing 1, 2, 3s and doing the suplexes and the scorpion death locks and drops and whatever. I'm over here trying to teach fools how to trade. I'm trying to teach my fool ass self how to get better. And I'm not quitting. Thank you for the neck injury story. Sting. Good night. That's about how last night went. Renard, what's up, boss? How you doing? Just trying to motivate today. It's rather slow. Watching this trend line on ATXI that has broken the downtrend up on the trend line, moving away from the trend line just a little bit and a hair away. We do have 10. We're almost at that. Maybe we could easily get there in a minute. More like less than a minute, because ATXI does have a super low float of less than 1 mil. It's at 9 to 905 resistance, close to 910 even. We get over that, we can easily see a move to 10. I would give 950 a little bit of, maybe 955, 960 area, what do you want to call that? That could see a little bit of resistance first before 10. That's all right, Renard. Yeah, you are getting some heavy rain. Any Floridians out there, hopefully y'all take some cover. I know some of you will have some fun. Hopefully this doesn't get too warm of water. It's barely hitting Cuba, so maybe it ramps up like they're saying to that 4. Not saying it's going to go from 4 back down to a 1 before it hits landfall. I mean, we'll see. I just hope they predict that accurately for you guys, and I don't want some people to see that. Well, it's just going to be a 1 when it hits us. Ends up being like a 3.5 or 4. Yikes. Especially with, again, people that stay close to the water. Anyone inland, I know, are fine, but anyone that's close to the coast, please try to You're in a high rise, Renard, so I'm sure you're fine. You're just like, dude, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. 27 floors up. I'm good. I got all my groceries. Waiting for it to just pass. Yeah, Renard, I went alerting that earlier. I just jumped in. I was in chat literally team for like 20 minutes and made just right over $1,000. Loved it. I love these trades. These are easy trades to be had. I say easy, but I love these more volatile plays earlier on. Was one of the bigger profit makers. I remember kind of noticing and it took a minute to get to trade them, but once I learned how to trade them and where to notice where bounce plays are in and when bounce plays were going to be more scalpy and quick that I had to be in and out of, and ones that were a little bit more long term that you could, trust a little bit more so. When I scalped this at this 820-ish area, 815 area, wherever my entry was, I didn't quite hit down. I had orders down at 780. It almost clipped them, which is, I was like, you got to be kidding me. It hit 780. Jack, I hear you. That's so annoying. Oh my God, look at this team. This is what I have to deal with. And then they don't move. I'm going to show you this. This is what I have to deal with. It's like having kids, I'm sure. Make this bigger. I need a shave before the wife gets home. Look at this right here. And they're like, oh, you're not wearing shorts. Let's see what he was wearing, though. Are you wearing shorts? I got shorts on. Anyway, he was scrunched in between a 170-pound Great Dane and about a 45-pound lab puppy. Jack, you're a min pin. No wonder you're down there going, I'm like, geez, would you move already? Let's see. I'm good. Brought my stuff. Waiting for it to pass. And there you go, baby boy. There we go. Good job. Get your Renard AK. Stop dragging your feet. You are the most patient trader I know. You kill it. Simple. I'm the kiss rule kind of guy for sure. That's for sure. Hey, I just am humble, man. I'm trying to be humble over here and not trying to make it sound like I'm the best there ever was or is and never will be. Although I used to love Bret the Hitman Hart back to wrestling. I used to love the Hitman. But Renard, that's one of those ones. It's one of those kind of stocks you can definitely make some money on in a hurry. But this was a scalpier trade. The nice little quick entry back up. Give me a quick rip back up, and I noticed immediately, I got to get out of this. It wasn't the biggest. This INM was the better one. It was hitting the lower VWAP band, came right down and clipped right on top of the lower VWAP band and held. This was a great move. I got out way before this went back up over $1. And what did I say? I remember, in both of them. They were both tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. What? Trendline cracks? Gorgeous. Okay, you just wait for the crack. You wait for it to actually make one move on one side or the other. You take your trade. You get a good trade. ATXI was the opposite side. Remember, I alerted this. I said, hey, it's getting tighter in this little wedge right here because there was a little downtrend that was forming, and there was that pop back up at 7:30 or 9:36 when I alerted it my time. 9:37 is when it actually popped up. Nice there, Renard. Good job there, boss. Yeah, I'm telling you, I got those three dogs all over. 2 cats, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 dogs and 2 cats in here today. Always have to look up top, but then I saw McFly right there. I see you, Jack. Come here. You want to get up? Get up. You can get up. Come on, get up. Get up. Okay, or not. Patience is hard. Yeah, patience is hard. I think it's helped me out. Everyone's different. Your floor right. Exactly. Yeah, right, Alex Lon. It's just I think this helped out. Just one of those things over time, having 20 animals and every day. My wife's gone, 10 days out of the month. She's gone, when she works, most days gone till, say 3:30, not late, but 3:34. Her days aren't very long some of the time. She's just gone a lot. Some days are a little longer, but some days aren't that long. I'm always feeding, so I have to feed 12 animals every day, at least, minimal. 13 now. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I'm feeding 20 animals. Well, 19, she takes Beerus. So imagine in that process of having to feed 12 dogs, 2 cats, taking the cats, because I do their litter every day. I don't want one of those stupid cool little, everyone wants to spend like $200 or $300 or whatever on one of those cat machines. I'm like, no! Take the litter out every day. Litter out, litter out. Simple. It's right. It takes 2 steps to go outside, put it out into the dumpster. Boom, done. Boom, done. Boom, done. Every day. So you get my point. You have this repetition that you start setting your mind into, and you stick to it. And I think that became a process in my own mind overall when it came to stock trading. Find a process that you can stick to and replicate that is successful, that you can do day in, day out, and it makes that process not only it's successful, but it's easy. It doesn't make your armpit sweat. You don't have to freak out in the process of doing it. It's just an easy process. Now, some days... Does it get a little annoying? Certainly so. In the stock market a little bit, maybe because it's a slow day. But yeah, some days you're like, like right now, 10th day in a row, whatever it is since last Sunday, I've got to feed 12 dogs, 2 cats, take the cat's litter out, feed 3 bunnies, Turtles are just kind of chill. I don't have to worry about those so often. That becomes, 10 days in, so that patience and that discipline of going, well, I've got to feed my animal. I love them to death, but it's like, okay, here comes 20 minutes of my life and it's only 20 minutes, and that's what I tell myself. I'm like, it's 20 minutes. It's nothing. And so you just have to tell yourself these things, work yourself into these habits, keep these habits, and then that's when I think a lot of patience and discipline starts setting in on a lot of traders. Confidence is to me always that last key that starts setting in. If you have the patience and discipline to start setting in certain values and these certain techniques that you want to do on a day in, day out basis, that's why I try to tell you guys, liken with what you do on a day in, day out basis to what you're going to maybe do in the stock market. If you can do this, you can do that, essentially. I just started doing that, and that's what made me a little bit more, I think, of a successful trader. I said that before, Ascension, to a lot of people. There you go. Say, I'm sure people have me beat on cats. Hardly anyone's going to have me beat on animals or pets in the house and dogs. Dogs at 13, 20 animals in the house. That's mine. That's kind of what we, But hey, 5 cats, yeah, it's, got to get 13 cats, Ascension. Then we're talking. I mean, I should say D. Sarley. But Ascension, yeah, I've kind of said that. I've said that, not literally, but generally, again, find something that you can relate to in your day in, day out life, because there has got to be something that I know you guys have got some discipline and some sort of patience that you deal with day in, day out, or at least week in, week out that you do. Now, if you don't, I challenge yourself, and I just say that all the time to certain traders, like, hey, you haven't traded. Even to this, do you track your trades religiously? And I mean heavily, especially if you're having trouble. And then secondarily, do you go over left, right, right, left, up, down, up? Do you then go over every trade that you didn't take? Because that to me is huge, super beneficial. I still see Umar every single day almost in his story saying how important it is to still track your trades and how much he's going over his R multiples. This is someone that makes millions of dollars a year that's still trying to implement letting you know I am tracking my trades day in, day out, even if they're successful. So I know that's just stuff like that, just challenging yourself and then making that a habitual thing. Daily, tracking those trades, going over them at the end of the day as everything's a painted picture so you can really see things. That's why I think that's so super beneficial, seeing things as a painted picture. Everything's 20/20, right? So now you can see what setups do. You don't have to wait for them to form during the day. That's awesome to watch them to run during the day. But it's a lot more beneficial to go back as hindsight's 20/20 and go, oh, well, this setup does this. This setup does that. This setup does this. Oh, I've seen this setup 27 times in the last 42 days now. It's probably going to do this, right? And so that's why going back over those trades religiously, not only at the end of the day that you did take, but other trades. Like right now, say it's the end of the day. We're in a 5-minute time frame to say it's the end of the day or whatever. I know we're in a 3. But just what I'm saying, just because of how many candles we're kind of missing here. Go back through in a 3-minute time frame. Maybe do 6, whatever you like the most. Go through multiple. Go over your trades that were early in the day. Go over trades you missed here, trades here. Go over the whole, right, like I said, left, right, left, up, down, up, left, right, left, up, down, up, over and over and over till you put this thing into a tornado and you're like, boom, got it. Cool. Not only that one, what's another ticker that moved today? I think INM moved today. So then come over here and then look at INM. Go to, whatever is moved today. Go over to PXMD if you want to. Go over to San Jose State. Go over here to San Jose Sharks. Go over to what's moved today. If you like trading blue chips, go to SPY. Go to Tesla. Go to Meta. Go to, I almost put Facebook. That is Meta. Go to Apple, right? That I'm telling you, team, boom. Challenge yourself. Do this day in, day out. Boom. Found out what's something like a day trade professor. Kids, AK47, kids will test your patience. Yeah, kids will too. I mean, I would imagine 20 animals. That's why trust me, I've had guys that have kids, and I'm like, hey, they're like, I don't know how you do it. They'll have like a kid or two, and they're like, I don't know how you do 20 animals. They're like, cause like I have 2 dogs that can't get together. I have these 2 dogs, and there's this problem. We have no dog. All these dogs eat together. They all eat the same food. They have no issues. It's like Noah's Ark over here. Somehow we got lucky, but yes, it definitely, I know for sure. Yeah, these are so. Cats everywhere, cats here, cats there. But yes, kids are next. Kids are for surely next. But that's why my mom even says, like, even my mom is like, you are going to be one hell, or y'all are going to be one hell of a parent. You're going to be hell of a parents. Because Avery's going to be the lover, for sure. She's going to be mama. I'm going to be the disciplinarian, 100%. Is it a good reason for ATXI that big? Let's see. Is it a good reason for that? What do you? Is there a reason why ATXI? Is that what you're asking for? Is there a reason why ATXI was moving today? I don't think so. I don't see anything. Exclusive license agreement says Lava. That was LAVA though. That's not ATXI. That's for sure. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Nothing, my friend. What are you doing over here? Speaking of cats, what are you doing? What are you chewing on, McFly? What are you chewing on, mister? My backpack? Why are you chewing on my backpack? He goes over there and chews on the zipper part of the backpack. McFly? I'm gonna get at you, little butt. Get out of here. Get. That's where also, too, though, I see D. Shelley, my son is starting to still test my patience. That's awesome. I think we need to be maybe on, let's go back over to ATXI. Maybe TLC. I would like to get one. I don't know if there's any of them. I know some of them, it seems like, and I want to be one of the first real, but like on Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, get a little TV show going on over there. Add a few more animals, get a pig, get some goats, maybe a horse, a true one, not just more Great Danes. So you have a cat window in the rays make their way in, including occasional raccoon. There you go. That's all right. Raccoon, that's all right. I love coon. Would love to get a dog and name it. I think that's what they went by. Rocket. What was it? What was it? Rocket. That's his name. Rocket. Wasn't it Rocket on Guardians of the Galaxy? Guardians of the Galaxy. Rocket Raccoon. Okay, yeah. Rocket Raccoon. Okay, what was his name? I'd love to name one Rocket. Oh, Rocket. That is pretty fun. He's a crazy little raccoon. And just like I talked about teaming, I'm surprised it was as strong as it has been, but 950, 960 areas we talked about, and we can kind of go in to show you where I'm seeing that 950, 960 area. So there's the first area where I see it. Then more rejection. There's some bounces off of it. More rejection there. Open and close, or I should say the open of a candle right there. Upper shadow right there. So that's why I was kind of coming up with that 955, 960 area as resistance for ATXI. Yeah, the catch is what's so funny, Alex Vaughn. I've seen videos too because of a friend in Dallas. She actually rescues raccoons, which is crazy. There's like in the city, there's bad problems, so they'll go out and set traps and get them back out into like the suburbs and stuff and try to get them out of the city. But that's what I'll show because cats think they're cat. I mean, cats think almost they're cat because the way they walk up. And then it's so funny when you'll see a cat. Like they did a close up on a cat's face one time when it runs off like that. The cat's face literally is like WTF. Like you walked up all normal on all four legs, and then you walked up like you walked away. I should say like Tyrone Biggums, like on two legs, all like walking all wiggity waggity. I'm like, what in the world? Usually, like I said, if they're around cats, sometimes they're pretty nice. Sometimes you'll get some crazy ones. Sometimes you'll get some nice ones. People in cities, you have no idea what we're talking about. Anyone in Florida right now, probably, especially like in Renard's like, I haven't seen a raccoon in my life. Overextended trend line starting to form a little bit here with ATXI team. Nice little trend line right there. As you can see, that's starting to form. So I'm going to put some let's get rid of the old down trend line. I just truly don't think that's going to see a bounce anymore. We moved up too far from it. Here's our two trend lines team. There we go. Come on here. There we go. Put this in as blue as well to see if that'll... And I'm going to go light blue because we haven't bounced off of it yet coming back down in quite a while, as you can see. So I'll go light blue as now. Old resistance area that we had to squeeze through at that 9, just over 9 mark. I'll mark as light blue to see if when we come back down that holds as support. Looking like we could get that squeeze at 10 soon, team. Questions, comments, concerns, any tickers you want to go over? Almost 1 hour in today. Do have a lot of errands to run this afternoon. I have a session as well, so I'll have to get off right at the top at the next hour, so 2 p.m. I'm going to call it right at the top of 2 p.m. today, team. That is when I will call the end of lunch hour commentary. Just wanted to let you know. Yeah, good eye there, Alex Vaughn. They are pretty much moving together. I do see that when you kind of look at their charting. I have them side by side right now. Those are pretty darn similar. If you remember, sure. okay, I was like, what is all this stuff? I got so many emails on my new Jeep. I've gotten like, activate this. Here you get this. Here's that there. Any questions you have? Questions, team? Anything overall? If you're looking at PXMD, trade that. Kind of looking at on the same lines as PXMD, as you can tell, up that same little trend line right here. Doesn't really have an overextended trend line to it. This is just, it's the same trend line. You know, if you look at ATXI has the normal trend line, then the overextended one, kind of like this we're on. This is just the trend line on PXMD. The way I word stuff sometimes, team. If I just go back and just I'm telling you, because I did, it sucks and I hate it, and so I got out of media. What media does, what they do to people. Oh my! If you just take out of context, and because it'd be out of context, you just take what I say sometimes. Boy, you would make it sound like I'm not I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm a ridiculously dumb stock trader, and I don't even trade stocks. I just say all these random comments. It's like, what did he just say? ATXI, ATXI. That's what I just said on High. Watched it over in Dex Lobby, so they're keeping their eye on it because he just said penny stocks are very slow. I wouldn't say they're very slow. We do have a stock that is up 180% for the day. PXMD, it's twin little neighbor running down at 42%, so not terribly bad in the penny stock world. Sweet. And I just want to let everyone know, I'll put the link out there one more time, what I did, just because I love you guys, and, well, you know, I love you guys. Moving forward, what I'm going to do is just have Tuesdays open, so if you want to come over and trade live with me on Tuesdays, what I'm going to start doing is Tuesday morning, leave that open just for the foreseeable future, because I know I've got a lot of people wanting to add, and I very rarely get the time to get everyone in. Then I'm having to move it to the at the end of the month. And so what I'm going to do is just open Tuesdays from now on. So Tuesdays will be open in the morning. If you want to come over and trade live with me, here's the link. And so, boom, shakalaka. I want my Monday mornings to get back, relax, get my mind set on the market, get that money Monday in, but Tuesday's ready to go, so I have a day in under my belt. There it is. Tuesday mornings team. Besides the end of the week, or end of the month, I should say, I'll always open those back up. But right now, Tuesdays are open. And of course, I've just had these the last couple of days, so I don't have any more openings moving forward except for Tuesday. But I just kind of came up with that earlier. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to moving forward. I'm just going to keep Tuesdays open. So if you do want to come over and trade live with me on Tuesdays, boom shakalaka. Now Tuesday after next is going to be closed, which I think is like the 10th. I forgot what exact day it is. I will be taking that week off. I will only be doing lunch commentary that week. It was funny earlier, which he was just a number off, but Deck, I was listening when Deck said when he said it was September 17th. I didn't think anything of it until I was like, hold on, it's not the 17th. I was like, it's crazy, it's almost October. I was like, that's what's crazy. I cannot believe it's almost October. It swear it seems like it was just the 1st of September, and I was crying because I wasn't getting my GP. I think it was like the 2nd. I forgot what day it was supposed to come in originally. First it was August something, then it was September something, then it was September 17th. Which is so funny, and that's what made me think of it. And then it went to September 13th, and that's when it went to to be determined. I think that's what it was anyway. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, I wonder if it finally said delivered. Then there we go. I just want to I've not pulled this back up since actually when I got it on Thursday. I was like, delivered on the 22nd. That's funny. It actually shows delivered on the 22nd. Gee, look at that team. Look at all that waiting. That there in itself. There's your patience. Ascension. Anyone else? I ordered this for my wife as a surprise, and of course me, which I'm just thrilled with it. Good. Oh my gosh, I love it. Literally almost 9 months on the dot. I really wish it would have just come on the 25th just to make it 9 on the dot. And that's just funny. That's just made me waiting for 3 more days. But that is finally. Finally. Why did it take so long? One of the main reasons it took so long is production. With the 392s, they already knew it was going to take a while. They're only making so many of those. That special one that I got on top of the fact was Extreme Recon package, and so the general they were like, it's going to take a while on that one. It just is, and so I was expecting it maybe June. Early summer at the best, maybe even right before, in which one it was maybe going to come in when it finally said it shipped out on which means when it ships, that means it ships from Toledo, Ohio, where they make them, and they put them on trains at first, and then they got to make their way. They got to drop some off, makes its way to Memphis, where the closest shipyard essentially is to us, and then they get on trucks from there. When it got there finally, literally, which is crazy, like 2.5 weeks after I read the train, it got there like on August the 8th. Just everyone, no one's working too, because here's why. Then they only have so many trucks to act like the big trucks you see going down the road with all the vehicles on it. Those with all the new vehicles, or some are used, but you'll see the ones with vehicles on it. There's no one driving those trucks. They only have like X many drivers there, so no one's driving. Then right when mine was about to go to ship, they literally, because that company was just they were just terrible. They were at their job and weren't really getting into it. They were half-assing it essentially. Fired them and hired a new trucking company, and then they redid all the orders, and then mine somehow got put back and I don't know what happened there. And they were like, man, we don't know. And so they and after that, because I threw a fit, because I was like, I approached them, I was like, if it isn't in by my birthday, or my wife's birthday, which is October 11th, I'm not going to want that Jeep, and I'm going to want to order a 2023. Just end of story. Like, you can kiss that one goodbye. And so, because I want that vehicle, because again, another reason why they're only making so many of them. And that used ones are already going more than new ones. And so imagine 5-10 years from now, how much, not that we're ever going to sell it, but it's going to be a vehicle that's going to be a super investment. I mean, it'll probably still be worth, with 5,000, because we'll probably only have maybe 30,000 miles on it, I would imagine, maybe 35, 40 at most, in say 10 years, well paid off. And that thing's going to probably still have a 50 to 60, maybe 70. Could have an $80,000 resale. I have no idea what it's going to have. It's going to have a hell of a resale value, so it's going to be worth a ton. Maybe more than that. Right now, I can make my money back if I wanted to. I make money actually on it. That's why that's why they're marking up all, and that's why, if y'all know, and everyone's like, well, they're marking up. Well, one of the reasons they're marking up vehicles, because brother, if you know your friend, your sister, whoever's selling cars, and then they go in there and give it to you for MSRP. Well, if you're a smart person, you can go out right now there for a while. You could sell that brand new car for jack it up, if it was valuable. And so they were having that with the 392s. People were buying them, and then they were going out and they found one. They found they found out that one of their customers went and did that and sold it for like $15K over MSRP. And so that's why they started jacking them up. Anywho. So it's just multiple things. It was one thing that led to another, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So finally they threw a big fit when I threw a big fit about a week and a half ago. And finally I was like, well, why didn't we do this a month ago? But I don't know that we even would have worked, because they fired the people that were, the trucking company they were using, then hired a new trucking company. It is what it is. It's patience. I got it. Not gonna lie, that football got me on tax of this marketing edition, gave me a headache. Yuko Allen, that can definitely happen, boss. Yeah, Yuko Allen. FOMO can get you on these trades for sure. That's why, and I learned early on, because what I would do, because luckily it was hot enough to where I could paper trade these early on. I still tell traders this. When I ran out of trades early on, 2018, 2019, I went straight over to paper trading. I was wanting to get what I wasn't just like firing away. Now I did it first, and I'd always be losing, because I'd jump in these, I want to trade this more. And then I'm like, you're just jumping in. You've got to learn how to trade these. You've got to sit back. You got to be patient. You got to figure this out. Finally, I did, and you can definitely make some money off of them big time. But still, going back to that, I'm telling you, team, if you're under the PDT or whatever it is, cash account margin, and you can't get all your trades in, get your trade in. Find your trade, take your trade. It may not end up being the most profitable trade. Don't go revenge trade, though, and try to maybe lose more of your other trades that you could possibly take for a better setup. Head right on over to paper trading and refocus. Get your mind right and try to get some logical trades in. Go get 2, 3, 4, 5 in. Go trade 37 times just because you're in. And again, don't go open that paper trading account at 100K if you don't have a 100K account. If you have a 10, 12K account, go open that paper trading account with 10, 12K. You run out of trades for the day or the week or whatever it may be, or you just don't feel like trading that day, head straight over to paper trading, please, for Uncle AK, and go get some trades in. Go get as many logical, disciplined trades that you can get in that you think you like. This is the prime setup. I got to attack it. I promise you'll get better. Another thing that helps out, another thing when I was talking about going over your trades that I just talked about earlier and hounding about that, another thing I'd hound about you guys, and I just wish you would, there's only one way you're going to get better. You're not going to sit at the 3-point line and go, well, I only got one shot today. One shot. One shot. One shot. I got 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 one shot. One shot. I got one shot. Man, my hands are getting sweaty. I got one shot. I got one shot. I got one shot. I got to shoot this already. Right? And then give my. How you going to get better? Shot. How many? I mean, someone said the other Kobe. I know it doesn't matter. Thousands of shots a day, right? You're going to have to take as many shots as you can for sure. You have to get better early on. And so get out there and you got to start the paper trading. Now, again, it's not going out there like you, because that's just sitting at 3-point line. It's like you're risking money. You're risking the game. You're out there practicing. But you find those setups, and you find the setups you like tacking the most, and that's then taking that three. Oh, here's this 3-point shot. I love this setup. Here, I'm going to attack it. You got to get those attacks in, team. If you don't attack, you will be whacked. Son X is popping. Let's see here. Yeah, a little slow and steady play. Nothing too crazy for Son X. This is the one last week. Great short play opportunity. I had a feeling it would come down over time back to that dollar area. And it was it Friday? Yeah, Friday was the one I was talking about maybe getting in a short, the top gainer on the day. Son X over the 140 mark to me is where this could start moving a little bit more. Anyone else interested? Ascension. Of course, you can see the moving average, 50-day moving average right at around 140. The upper shadow at 140. That definitely is going to be your area of resistance. Get over that. And you can see this little bounce support area at 142. You certainly are going to see some movement out of Sonex. Now, I say certainly, but you'll see more than you've seen so far today, and I bet you'll see another decent-sized volume pop, probably even bigger than what we've seen today so far. J Chan, nice. Yeah, I just challenge people to do that. They don't. I don't understand. I don't know. It's weird. It's like some people, they don't mind doing it. It's like almost like they get offended to do it, maybe, possibly. I don't really know. I don't understand, like, some people with their thought process of not paper trading. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do. It's just you need to practice. I mean, again, just going back to something logical like that. And kickers, you have one job. Back to my Hogs game. I mean, it's like kickers are out there practicing all day long. Now, they're doing one thing over and over and over and over. We're going to get pretty decent at it. If I went out there and tried to kick one field goal, hell, I wouldn't even get it probably 20 yards. I don't know how high it would even go, honestly. Let alone kick a 47-yarder, 37-yarder, and get it through uprights that's elevated and through a certain, what I mean. So, again, get out there and practice what you want to do over and over and over, and you're going to get better at it. If you only can take a trade a day, 2 trades a day, 3 trades a day, even at most, in a week especially, those that are under the PDT, I say that all the time. If you're under the PDT and you think you're going to get good at just making 3 trades, and you do somehow take those 3 trades and don't hesitate, don't have the fear, and you actually can get those 3 trades. Because at first I would be like, that was my goal. Early on, that was one of my many goals. Literally, I used to have Post-its team. The first one, because I had goals in order, place 3 trades in a 5-day rolling period. Literally, team, because I wanted to maximize my profit, so I went margin. That was a goal, to just place the 3 trades. And so I challenge, I say, get out there. Now, some people are just going to trade. I understand if you have the count size, but if you don't, you're under the PDT and you can't get trades in, you are not going to get, it's going to take you, or it's going to take you a very long time to get good if you're only taking a max amount of 3 trades per 5 days. Like, how are you going to get good? You take 3-point shots every 5 days. Do you think Steph Curry is as good as he is right now? I'm just asking for a friend. He wants to know. I mean, that dude can just it's just like he just knows because he's practiced it so long. Sometimes it's not even a pure shot. He's like that. He just knows how far to almost to throw it in that spot, essentially, to get it. That's all he's doing, because his accuracy, and he knows how far. It's just because he's done it 37 million times and, with no one in front of him. So those people give him that room, and he's like, hey, you can give me this spot, boop. I've done this one 847 times in practice this past week alone. Thanks. Friday afternoon is a very empty void for me when all the markets close. I'm sorry, J Chan. You're like, I just wanted to practice. You can always go to Thinkorswim's on-demand feature. That's always a good thing. I don't know if you know about that, J Chan, but if you have Thinkorswim, you can always go over here to the top right-hand corner, and it says on-demand. You can go back to any day you want. You can just go back up here to on-demand, and you just click on which day you want. And what's crazy, PXMD wasn't even a ticker that day. And you can trade whatever day you want just to get some extra trades in. Just challenge yourself possibly. There's always that feature. ATXI did not get over 10. The fun could not come in. So ATXI San Jose State here. I did see this kind of popping back up here. Old trend line up. That will be some resistance. I'll mark this as orange. So Team SJ is moving its way back up. Old trend line up will probably be the top resistance area if we can get over this double topping high, which we're double topping right now. ATXI, again, long as we can hold this $8 area in the VWAP, I think we're fine. And still could possibly squeeze at end of day or at some point up. We did break out of the downtrend, moved up pretty nicely from it. Now we've cracked the trend line and moving pretty nicely down out of it. Down to the bottom trend line right here we go. ATXI, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see some more. Questions, comments, concerns, anything else? I'm seeing SPY have one big pump and dump before end of day. No way this sideways all day. Oh, at this spot, yeah, I would say, well, yeah, I'd agree with you, Cool Allen. At this spot we're in right now, it'd be one thing if we did this all day. And even then you'd go, this has got to move at some point, right? And then maybe it doesn't move that much. But the fact that it's dumped like it's dumped, it's down this much, it's either going to, yeah, see some sort of pop, and then maybe even the drop, or it just may just drop, you know, more so before we even see a pop. Because, yeah, I do not see this sitting kind of in this little sideways chop moving into power hour. There you go, Jay Chin. Did it all weekend with SPY options. Awesome, boss. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll definitely we'll be looking to get into that 100% at some point in time. PXMD, especially now, thank you that AV kind of brought that up, is kind of moving with ATXI. There goes your PXMD full crack back now fully. I'm done for the day and traveling tomorrow. Where are you going, Tim? So you can't say you're traveling tomorrow, not letting us handsome peoples and gorgeous ladies bees know where you're going. Got those state fairs coming up, team. That's right. That's kind of my next destination. Was going to be Florida. Not going to go to Florida. Just going to relax. Next trip for me is not. I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys till the winter. Until Colorado later this year. But I've got the state fair on my... I got 2 state fairs on my eyes, team. See the kids in Famine, Ohio. There you go, baby boy. See the kids in Famine, Ohio. Well, there you go. Go Buckeyes. So are you there all week, Tim, through the weekend, or what's up? You got a chat all week too? Or just tomorrow? Is that just a tomorrow trip? Alex Vaughn says, you better come see me and give me a little rubby-dub-dub on my... I like when you rub your fingers through my hair. Rest of the week, I'll be trading from there. Okay, awesome, boss. So there you go. Have a good, safe week, safe travels. Go Buckeyes for you guys this weekend. See if my... Hey, Hogs get back on track. They need to. They should have beaten A&M. Jeez, that just was terrible. Get back on track and beat Bama. That'd be huge. Bama's looking like a little suspect at times, so it's possible. We run for like 300 yards. That's why I don't know why we just don't run the ball and just run the ball and then run some more and then throw every once in a while. I'll try to have. I'll probably. I don't know. It depends. I may have to edit it. I'll have Avery's surprise video most likely on Monday of next week, team. So if you are interested, I'll maybe try to have. I'll have the videos up. I just want to have it edited down into like a cool video. I'll make like a nice little video to post online. On the web, post on the web, if y'all seen that movie. Arkansas played a huge role in someone. What's that? I don't know. I didn't see that, Love Chip. $3 million parlay, huh? Dang. Yeah, that's, well. I was very into the game too. They should have taken off from the get-go. They were up 14, had a chance to really take away from there. Led A&M back in it, and then had a chance to get up 14 again before the end of the half. Then that crazy play, I don't know if you saw that, we went in where our quarterback tried to be Michael Jordan and Space Jam and dive from like the 3 or 4 yard line as if he's going to somehow dive 9 yards with players around him. Just protect the ball, bro. Dudes take it all the way back for a touchdown. It goes from us being a touchdown, most likely at least going to be soon, to them scoring one on that play. That was a big Momo changer for us. And we just couldn't regather it in the second half. And then when we finally did, then the doink off on the very... I may have seen that once before in my life on the very top of the upright. The very top of it. Sports for you. I told you about you like your Cincinnati Bengals, though, too. I think it's your team, right, Love Chip? I told you like the Bengals. You just, sometimes... I had a feeling they'll get back to it, but I'm telling you, 9-7, whatever that record I called out, right around 500. Just sports sometimes, man. Someone I know placed a $65 6-leg parlay, and one of them picks was Arkansas +2. The original bet, which should have been, man, dang, $6 million. That's nuts. That's nuts, Love Chip. Lots of money to be made there too, for sure. If you know, I mean, of course, I'm sure a lot of those guys lose some big chunks of change. I'm kind of like stock trading. I know they have probably they'll have more wins overall, and they have those big wins. But boy, they've got some big losses, I'm sure. Man, I just can't even. I thought about getting to that forever ago too. You know, so I always kind of could see what was going on with sports. Maybe should have done that. That's some big payday. You love Chip? I didn't know you were a Chiefs fan, so we got Love Chip and Sniz in here as Chiefs fans. Well, boo you guys. I mean, not that I'm kind of actually, I don't mind the Chiefs. Just being a Broncos fan, it just hurts. Had our sweet 5-year run. And now it's like, it's either been, that's what's so funny. I feel bad for Chargers and Raiders fans. And they've gotten decent, but it was Broncos from 2011 to 2015. And then it was, or 2000, whatever it was 5 straight. I think it was 5 straight years for us, and now it's been like 6 straight for you guys. Well, it's been pretty much a full straight decade of no one but the two of us winning that division. And so I honestly kind of feel bad for the Raiders. And the Raiders who are starting off 0-3. Any Raiders fans, sorry guys. Feel bad. I knew I had a bad feeling. Gruden was your guy, and it could maybe get y'all back to at least somewhat to the promised land. And then he had to say some stupid stuff. And Peyton Manning. Shannon Sharp. You gotta love some Shannon Sharp. I always loved Shannon Sharp back in the day. You know, one of my favorite things ever, they were beating the Patriots back before the Patriots got good again when they were kind of the shiesty in the 90s. So funny, like a little clip of him. He goes to the sideline back when they literally had corded, like it looks like a house phone, literally, that he picks up and has a cord to it. He picks it up. I should find it for you, but he picks it up and he acts like he's talking to someone in the booth. Yeah, you need to call 911 because we are killing the Patriots right now. I laugh so hard. Yeah, Broncos. I love some Broncos. That's some other time. I love the Steelers. I like the Steelers. Always had a little heart for them. Always had a little heart for the Bills. You know, that 4 Super Bowl loss streak in the 90s. You know, feel bad for the Browns. It's like, yeah, help is on the one way there. Yeah, whatever it was. Help is on the way. I love that. Whatever he said, that is hilarious. Love Chip. That's one of my favorites ever. Yeah, I loved Elway. I mean, you gotta love Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis and that offensive line just blowing up there for a few years. God, I wish he never would have got injured. That hurt so bad. That hurt me. Love some TD. John Elway, the helicopter spin. That was some good stuff. Everyone tell me I'm not gonna beat the Packers. You suck. Y'all are lucky to be in the Super Bowl. I was scared, to be honest. Like, boy, here comes another blowout. And actually, what's funny, I was more confident in that game, I guess, because I had John Elway and freaking Terrell Davis, than I was, or I should say, I was a little more scared in that game with having John Elway and Terrell Davis. I was more confident having Peyton Manning going against Seattle. I thought Peyton Manning, this offense, it's gonna be a tight game. If anything, we barely lose, but I think we win. I had a little bit more confidence in that game in 2013. I think a lot of it was the kids scaring me as a 7th grader, going, "You're gonna lose the Packers. You're nobody. You see what the Broncos. John Elway sucks." I was a little scared. I was a new kid too at school. I was a new kid in 7th grade at that school. I was the new kid. All right, any last questions, comments, concerns about stocks? I know we still have like 40 minutes here. This has been, I will say right now, I'm going to mark it down. I'm literally marking this down right now, team. I'm going to see if we have another day that reminds me of this. What is today? That's what I thought. 27. 9/27. This is my slowest lunch yet. This is the slowest lunch I can ever remember doing this year. I say, of course, I haven't done lunches over the last couple of years, but this is the slowest lunch I've done this year. Yeah, TD was a beast. Keep those legs moving. Amps moving. We'll go to amps real quickly. If you're looking at ATXI, it's an Axie here, team. You're trading that trend line. We get back below that trend line. You've got a little support at 8.5, and that low area around the VWAP and 8.20, 8.15. It cracks that. I think ATXI is going to dump away. Nice little, there we go. Nice little move here from amps. All right, and I would say this you see this is a pretty telltale sign of we're going to see a pullback soon. So amps team, every time we pop, we drop. Pop, drop, pop, drop. Pop is here. It's coming right now. It's around. We're going to see a drop soon, team. I would say amps, we don't have any past chart history to really run to now. That is the one thing holding well for amps. Otherwise, and you can see we're really earlier, 1275 we were above the fell zone, so it's not like we had past chart history to fell at. 1260 was really fell zone. So these were all fell zones newly created. That doesn't mean that we're that should mean most likely we're going to probably crack again. Usually go back to past yard history. Oh, here's why we failed here. Oh, past yard history. Here's why we failed here. There's no past yard history in this area to let us know why we should be failing here. So when I go back and I see that there's no really reason to fail, it's just really an overextended move. You get pullback, right? Most of the time that's what happens. We're really overextending off of this trend line right now. I would imagine 1375, close to 14, we usually typically get that resistance area, and then a pullback again, possibly down to 1310, maybe even 1330 would be top area. 1330. SJ is going to be another one that's still slow and steady, moving back up. There you go, right? Almost back into that old trend line up team. Again, I've noticed that for years on years now. We crack a trend line. A lot of the time when we move back into it, if we get over what was the high from earlier, this is your next resistance line, usually most of the time. And then there you go. Uncle Mark even brings it up. Uncle Mark, look at that. Yeah, those would be the ones moving, team. Amps, I'll put these on watch. I'm going to go amps. I'm going to place you with amps, I and M with SJ. SJ did see a pretty nasty fall off yesterday too, team. I just noticed this. SJ, I just noticed that on the daily there. Really, overall, I think I kind of saw this earlier, but not how big it was. But SJ here, look at this, 275, close to $3 area, around the open part of the day, all the way down to 145. So this was really just kind of a dead cat bounce in a way, moving its way back on up. Axie not done either. Axie here, team, still is not done yet overall. It's got a readjusted, kind of like you readjust trend line sometimes. It does have a readjusted downtrend line. So I will put this downtrend line in, get a little bit tighter right there on the bodies of those candles, and there we go. That's where I would have the downtrend line. I'll zoom in a little bit more so. Mark this as red so you can see where the downtrend line is now. Really getting tighter and tighter in really a wedge. So we have the top part of this triangle wedge flag forming. Now we have the bottom trend line, which is, lo and behold, is actually still holding pretty nicely there, team. I will say the SPY is I can't believe I have this in a 1 minute time frame too. We are getting tighter and tighter and tighter in the SPY right now, team. This is in a very tight bull, or I should say bear flag. All right, now that we've gotten those, now it's back to just waiting for ATXI to get a little tighter into this wedge. I do have amps on watch in this nice little flag up top, so we do have amps in this little flag, team. Building up, we have get tighter and tighter into this flag. You can tell here, look at the wedge. Trend line, down trend line, getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Watch for a pop, or should I say a drop down to 350. So and if 350 does crack, this is definitely going down further to at least 330, if not 325. I doubt anything holds it up before that. We go straight down pretty quickly. If we pop up, I would say watch for a move to 1375, 14 tops. This move up is coming to an end, in my opinion, pretty soon. At least this run, you know what I mean? Like I've gone over these. You know how we've ended, these runs have all ended and come back down. This run is not going to maintain. Sweet, got it done. Awesome. You can show that. All right, team, here we go. Questions, comments, concerns, anything y'all want to go over? Last few, I say few, I'll stick around at least still, like I said, as long as I can. I know it's really slow right now. I really just want to go get in the Jeep and go drive around and just put the pedal to the metal and just listen to that engine rip. I've never had a car like that before, team, so it's, again, being lifted up 3.5 inches on 35-inch tires and having that kind of horse. I mean, it's kind of like having an old, Chevy Chevelle or some Challenger or Mustang or whatever, Cobra, I don't know all the cool cars back in the day. There's all kinds of cool cars. Challenger, what was the other one? Charger. I don't remember them all. There's all kinds of cool cars. To have that kind of, what was the one that Vin Diesel drove in the first Fast and the Furious that he always drive? I mean, I think he's always driving around old school cars. What was Was it a Challenger or a Charger in the first one? But yeah, it's just crazy to have that kind of sound and horsepower in a vehicle. Again, love the new sport supercars. Everyone's getting deck, and all the guys get the fast, crazy supercars. Those sound great. GTO, okay, yeah, I couldn't remember it. But man, having that roar of it, I've always wanted that. And I'm a big fan of those old vehicles, but I knew I'd never get one and drive it around. It just wouldn't be, because then I'd never want to drive. I'd barely want to. I just want to shine it all up and it'd sit in the garage all day and maybe take it out here and there. It's because of the value on it. This though, this would be something I actually, and eventually over time I'll be taking off road. Anyway, so yeah, it's like I just feel like every time I drive it, I probably look like this. There's that pullback. Had a feeling. There we go. Here comes the pullback. 13.5 crack. I would imagine this gets down to 13.35, possibly again down to that 13.25 area on this pullback before we actually see a true dip and bounce here overall. So watch for a little bit more pullback here from amps. Thank you, HT Trippy. I mean, you're kidding me. And I have to get it on video. I don't know. There's a GIF of it. I don't think there is. But of him popping that wheelie or whatever. But yeah, that vehicle. Because I have to get this, and I'll show you guys. I have to get a video of and I can't tell, but I've seen and heard video. I haven't seen any videos. I've only seen, but supposedly this thing can pop a small wheelie. And so that's what I'm trying to get to do on the Jeep, which would just be nuts to pop a small little wheelie on the Jeep. ATXI, and then definitely when I slap a supercharger on, there will be some wheelies abound for sure. ATXI still, in my opinion, if you're going to have one stock overall, it's going to squeeze it. It's going to be ATXI. If you're looking for a slow and steady runner, it's going to be SJ or amps. Now, I would say PXMD is going to could be your slow and steady mover as well. It just doesn't have much volume left into it. And ATXI is going to be, I would just tell you to go look at ATXI. It's going to be a more profitable play, moving a little bit faster and a little bit more. So not I say faster, maybe you don't like a fast play, that's fine. But I'm just saying it's a little bit more profitable. And so go over to possibly PXMD. And PXMD does have a great shelf overall. Right here, team. So I'm going to come in and put these support areas down below now where this could crack back through since we've already cracked down below. There's your first little shelf. That's your next area that could possibly dip at 765, and then it just continues to dump away. Questions, team? Anything y'all want to go over? Anything at all? I think that trend, as we saw there toward the middle of September and really now toward the end of September, new IPO trends, done. I think that we can look at now the little trend that we had there for a while. Those new IPO plays that were coming out were super profitable. A lot of them were pretty big moves. Some of them weren't, though. As we can see, PXMD were just kind of collapsed from the get-go. We've had some small, decent days from it, but overall, PXMD just really didn't provide what a lot of these other ones really started doing. Now, of course, ATXI isn't a new IPO play, but it has been one of the movers this month that spiked now 3 times overall. So we had, once on the 14th, again on the 22nd, and then on the 27th. So we've had that spike 3 times this month. BKU says, let's crack on down. I want the SPY to crack. Definitely has been a pretty nice overall pullback, I would say, for the SPY, obviously for the SPY today. Another pretty dramatic pullback from it. Almost down 3% on the day, 2.5% as of right now. Nothing major, but still, if you think about it percentage-wise, but that's, a healthy pullback. We failed at 370. If you look at it, team, 3 days in a row now. Go back a little bit further there. 1, 2, 3. So there we go. So we got today. We've got Monday. We've got Friday. That is 3 days in a row we filled at 370. That's a pretty significant sign for sure that we're going to see eventually a big crackback that we can't get back through 370, as you could tell. 3 days in a row now in this tight bear flag. I honestly see some more pull. Obviously, I think everyone, if we did a vote now, would be like, yes, this is going lower. I would certainly put my money on that as well, that over time this gets down lower than 360. Cool. I am literally not seeing anything else move at all, team. Amps, I'll put these on watch for you right here so you can see. Hold on real quickly. The stocks to watch: Amps, ATXI, SJ, Penny, stocks to watch. Sava won't die. I haven't looked at Sava in a while. Well, at least since last week. I haven't looked at it the last couple of days. Yeah, it won't. It does. It definitely has not gone back down, has it? Could get another run out of it too as well. Just have to put that on watch for you guys. You know, SAVA, if it gets back over 50, I say back over. How long has it been since we've been over it? Quite a while. And you can tell even before then, we just couldn't hold it. So that's why I'm like, if we get over 50, watch for a pop on SAVA. You know, definitely could see a pop in easily 55. We always know after 55 we get close to 65 like we did there. We get over 65, that's where really this could start taking back off. And we could, again, that's what I'm saying. We could see maybe one more run from SAVA, Sava. ATXI back to Axie here, team overall. Still in a new trend line up in this wedge, creating a nice squeeze setup. Now, it doesn't mean we could squeeze, also could mean we could sneeze. Telling you. It was a bad option getting a dark desk. It's like, I guess most desks are dark. Just, you know, the light here that shows up from the dogs. Because of course I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, just 8. Just 8 dogs in here now and 2 cats. 10 animals or so, you know, consistently in here with you day in, day out. A little bit of hair shows up on the desk. Axie team, here comes Axie team. Watch for the downtrend break, which we did not get earlier. You know, we got out of this downtrend, but we're now in this new downtrend. You can tell if we get out of it, we should see a push to 10. We are failing at that downtrend. Put that in our lobby too. Always kind of put these over in Dex lobby. I know most of the time I'm probably Licton. We go with Axie, Spy, Squeeze, or Sneeze soon team. Not sun, soon. Boom. Hopefully you guys are having a good Taco Tuesday out there. Get you some tacos, some queso, some empanadas. Get you a quesadilla. Get you a fajita, burrito, whatever you want to have today. Enjoy it. A little chimichanga. Get you some good grub today. I'm gonna grub out tomorrow. Get me some tacos, some quesadilla. I'll probably do just a feast tomorrow. Haven't cooked in over a week. Really, I've cooked these little small meals when Avery's gone. Kind of more like food prep. It's just really, I mean, I don't call that cooking. This is what I mean. I'm telling you, tomorrow team, this weekend, The weather too. We're finally getting fall weather here in the south. I don't know if any, of course, you Southerners down here like me. We're finally now seeing 75 degrees. It feels amazing outside. Great weather to enjoy outdoors teams. So whether you're cooking, you get out and you want to go hiking, you want to walk the dog's walk, you want to go for a walk or a run or a jog, ride your bike, get out, enjoy outdoors team. Earth is gorgeous as can be, taking in that fresh air. Granted, you live outside the big cities, even if you do try to get outside and it's nice outside, but enjoy the outdoors and get away from your phone, the computer, get away from a screen is my point, and enjoy what actually is natural and real, which is life on Earth. Maybe it must say Uncle Mark, you're in close to water. Geez, if you still got water that's warm, get out on a surfboard, a paddle board, get out on a little boogie board, get out on a raft. Just go get out, get some sand in your toes and your feet. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Hopefully, and some people I know you're probably a little still spicy. I saw some spice out west. I'm like, man, a little spicy still out west. What's going on? Anything else you have to go over, team? Otherwise, again, don't forget moving forward. Tuesdays, at least for October. I'll probably do it into November as well, just because it'll start spicing up a little bit more so, and I know we'll have more traders kind of moving around and wanting to get over with that, going live and only have only a certain amount of slots on Tuesday. But Tuesday mornings, team, if you want to come over and trade live with me, besides doing my pre-market, after hours, or even power hour, which I do have one coming. I have a session coming up here in power hour just a little bit. Come over Tuesday morning. That's the morning to come over. Monday through Thursday, I have pre-market, I have power hour and after hour open. Sometimes on Saturdays, I leave open for you guys for about a 4-hour stretch. And then on Tuesdays, you can come over during the morning, all morning long. So pre-market up until I go live for lunch and get some sessions in with me. And if you don't want to trade live, you can just go over stuff. But I know a lot of traders want to come over and trade live with me. And that will be on Tuesdays moving forward. And then, of course, at the end of the month, each week, at the end of each month. And there's my video library and my Instagram as well, team. So if you want to go over there, follow, subscribe on YouTube. All my videos are over there that anything I've talked about in chat is over on YouTube. A lot of my live streams, interviews, whatever, recaps, some of my live trades, a lot of stuff over on YouTube. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze on the SPY and ATXI. So SPY, ATXI have squeeze setups going on. Could be a sneeze though too as well. Doesn't mean it's going to go up with the squeeze. Could easily go down and crack with a sneeze. So those two are on high watch. Otherwise, team AMPS is really starting to slow down a little bit, getting that overall pullback like I talked about. SJ is also again kind of died down. Nothing's really moving overall, or we would be alerting it or looking at it for the most part. We have the stocks on watch. When I can hear the mailman drive by the house, that's when I know it's slow and it's quiet. Any questions you guys want to go over, let me know right now. I may sign off a little bit earlier. It is dead. We really know the stocks to look at. SPY in the bear flag, waiting for a squeeze or a sneeze. Again, I'm kind of going more with the sneeze. I'd imagine this kind of dumps down a little bit more. Hits close to the 360 mark, if not 360. ATXI, 100% in the squeeze sneeze mode overall. I don't really have a general thought of it going one way or the other. As of right now, as in right now where it's at. Now, if it does get back over the downtrend and we're seeing like 780-ish, so we get back over the 750, 757, or I should say 755, 760 area, whatever you want to call that. But between 750 and 760 is a resistance. You get over that in the downtrend, then I will certainly say, hey, this is probably going to squeeze. But until then, while you're in this setup, it's hard to come in and say this is the way it's going to come, because we're now, boom, right back down off that trend line. So up and down, and we go through this again. Below it and below 9, you know you're going to see a sneeze. Above it and above this 960 area, you're going to see a squeeze. Is LVTX? And maybe I'll bring out, does it see here, price action make iffy? Iffy for sure. I'm not a big fan of LVTX. It is in kind of a mid-candle breakout pattern. The typical, prototypical J-Chan mid-candle breakout pattern is going to be a gap up, a nice big, say, green candle, then a red candle. This is literally the inverse or opposite of that, where we have red, then green. Surely after 2020, I have seen it all. So yes, I could say this could still spike and get to 6 tomorrow. Is it again, you may give you the percentage, like, okay, grade this mid-candle breakout setup pattern. I would give this like a 33, a 37. I'd give this a pure F and somewhere in the 30s. I see the shape. Can it spike? Yes, but it's not. It's just not. It's definitely below, at least below 50 in my opinion. It's just an ugly one, being that it's red then green. The chop that LVTX does have and is kind of created. It's set up for one though, in a way. Just a little weird and wonky. Was it back asswards, they say, right? Or ass whatever that saying is. I don't even know. Wow, I just got back from lunch. What happened? This is getting bad. Yeah, Taylor Trade, it's getting pretty sloppy out there, isn't it? It has been a very slow lunch overall, too, for the most part. I mean, that's why I literally wrote down about 30 minutes ago, this is the slowest lunch I've seen since I've been doing lunch this year. This has by far been the slowest lunch. The fact that I'm just now creeping into the hour 45 mark right now, I feel essentially it's been about two and a half hours. Easily if it's been 2 hours, but in my head, it seems like it's only, actually it seems like it's been 2.5 hours, but it's only been an hour 45. Seems a lot longer than it has been. Especially the first, I never forget that. That's when I knew it was going to be long when I looked up in the first, it was 11, well, my time, it was 11:20 something, so 12:20 something Eastern time, and we'd only been, live for lunch for 20 plus minutes, and I was already going, oh geez, it's only been 20 minutes? It hasn't been 30 or 40? Reminds me of back in grade school when I would look up and be like, and again, and again, and again I look, and I'm like, we're only 10 minutes into class, I swear this class should be over by now. Yeah, that deck, that's the only thing 100% that I like about this. I hate how dead it is. I hate how slow it is. I can't stand the sell-off because, then I want the market to be hot and I love spikes. But, man, that is the only thing. The lower it goes, the more we know, and I can and I can help out you guys and my friends. Saying, hey, make some money. What do we got here overall? Any other questions here, team? Gotcha, you got a J-Chain, yeah. So, yeah, it's not pretty. I mean, it is one in a way, but it's just not that pretty. Dude, what are your thoughts on EQ chart? Just not a big fan of it. Ran into the 50-day moving average today, right around 245. Did go a little higher than that, but failed pretty much at the 50-day moving average up top. Very dead in volume as of right now. Maybe possibly if you're looking for a short, you get back under 213. You just look at the volume, though, days prior. You're most likely going to go back to that. You go back to past chart history here, and you don't see and when you look at the next day, when you see when the volume comes in, usually typically leads, and then look at recently when you have to really look at recent times, you're seeing really low volume overall. So I would just imagine be careful with that. Volume is probably going to start dissipating from this play. 100% when it goes below 215. So if you want to go for a short understand back down below 2, it just may take like, a couple of days to get there. Maybe 2 or 3. Could happen in a day though. You got it, this dude. And then, if you want, are you looking to go long? And if you're looking to go long or not, there is this downtrend line that's been lasting all day long, and we have got above it. It's just no volume. I want volume in a play. I want a beautiful setup, and I'm just not seeing that right here. There's not a setup that I would want to attack and feel 100% confident in overall. SJ did just kind of pop up a little bit here. Again, I noticed here close to that high of day area, maybe just created new high of day also on top of the fact. Still trying to move up, team. SJ's not done. Volume, again, like I was just talking about with this dude, lacking big time. The old trend line up, as you could tell right there, is going to be resistance. So right now that's around 2.5. 2.5. All right, team. Questions, comments, concerns, anything else you have, let me know. ATXI dumping off a little bit more, team. Here we go. ATXI could be going through the trend line any moment here. ATXI could be dumping off. Woo! Watch out. Watch out, ATXI. Watch out, dear guys. Here it comes. Told you. I'm telling you, I love those setups. You get the squeeze or the sneeze. The more you test and get tighter into these wedges, you get these nice dramatic little pullbacks out of there. And then, boom, what do we bounce off of? Pretty much what we were looking at earlier. That's 875 mark, right? And then we get below 875. We're going to dump back down to probably low $8 area. Not much else holding it up when we get that low there, team. Trend line is cracked. Get rid of the trend line. That's not going to probably hold. I would imagine this dumps down a little bit more. I will keep, the downtrend line in, though, 100%. Oh, it's funny. It's over that resistance here that I literally brought up earlier, too. Prince, that ATX or Sonex pop. And right back down. That's why I do not like this play at all, team. I'm not a big fan of Sonex. But right there, look. Over that 140 area that I was talking about, that would be the takeoff zone. Look what happens when you got over that area. Boom! But immediately everyone, like a-holes, took their profit. Whoever took their profit first was going to be like, no, wait for me! Wait for me! No! Wow. Look at that movement, team. Let's go back to that. Go back to a 1 minute time frame so you can see this how happened this fast in 2 minutes. High of day, 162. All the way back down to the next candle, 130. 30 cent move here, team. Literally, pretty much. In about 30 seconds, I'd say that happened. Careful, team. Please, careful. Get into that chop fest right here, right now. Right here, right now. I will put this in just so you can see the resistance as of right now. Right here, right now. ATXI trying to move back up through that old downtrend line. Just is going to be resistance as of right now. Any last questions, comments, concerns, team, that you have? Hit me up. Let me know right now. I've got a few more minutes left for my lunch commentary. Then I'm wrapping it up for the day. Again, if you have anything to say it now or forever hold your peace. I'm actually done with Tradecaster. I'm leaving, team. I'm leaving tomorrow on a jet airplane to Mars. That's right. I'm trading from Mars. It's called Marscaster. I'm just kidding. You got it, Vegeta. Always. I love helping you guys out. Again, if you do have, even if I'm not around again, there's my website. Yeah, he's leaving on a jet plane. No, man. I was just kind of singing a song, and then that just took off to Marscaster. But if you need any extra help from me when I'm not around, there is my video library, YouTube. Go over to YouTube, team. It's got every lesson I've taught in chat. If there's any lesson I've gone over in chat, I've uploaded over there to YouTube. Instagram, got a little bit of everything. You want some food, you want some dog love, you want some Jeep love, you want some family love, you want some stock love, you want whatever kind, you want just a little bit of round table of everything, a little round perfectly pie of little this, little that. Go over to Instagram, but YouTube is where all of my lessons, interviews, live streams, live trades, recaps, you name it, that's where it's at. Where do I think the SPY closes today? Now that I'm this far along and I can give you more of a detailed look of where I think the SPY will actually honestly close. Let's go back. I will say Jack, I hear you down there, bub. That's where we're at now. That's what we're holding right now, team. You can see this is what we're holding right now. This lower shadow and these upper shadows. It's funny, I go like library mode when I do this. I always do this. I get real quiet. If the SPY cracks, man, that's just where, okay, I can't say that. I'm always like that though. If the SPY cracks 360, I think the SPY is going to end today in the mid 358s. If the SPY breaks this downtrend, so I'll go, if the SPY cracks 360, which means essentially if we crack low of day area, it's going to hit 360, and we'll probably crack that. I think the SPY ends at 358.72. If the SPY breaks this downtrend and we get back above, even the downtrend, I'll give it this downtrend. I'll say if this gets back above said downtrend right here. If we get back above said downtrend, I say we close above 360. So if we get back above this downtrend, I see we see like kind of what Alan was saying earlier. I see and it's gonna be a small pop, but I say we see a pop back up into say 363ish area, maybe even a little higher. You never know. But I'd say we see a small pop to 363 and finish above 360. Now we could still see new lows, but it'll finish above 360. If we dump below new low of day and don't get back above the downtrend line, we finish at 358.70, whatever the heck I said. Alex, yeah, that's why I'm gonna step away too. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Oh my God, I'm gonna drop that top back, team. Roll all those windows down. I wish I won't do it yet, but I can't wait to pop out the back window so it'll look like all the side windows are down. Oh, team, oh, team, oh, team. Alex Vaughn, though, J Trades, Mel, BKU, J Chan, Vegeta. I'm combining. I'll turn into a transformer there. You cool, Alan. Prince for coming over, the Princeinator, Mel coming over, this dude coming on over, Taylor Trader, Deck, BKU, Miss Boss from earlier, Uncle Mark, Royal, Love Chip, Sniz if you're still around, Tim, maybe you already have stepped out because you're about to go travel Rooski, and Ascension for coming on over, D Sarley for coming on, Geek Bomb for coming on over. Any last questions? G Calante, any last questions, comments, concerns, anything else you have right now, let me know. Otherwise, swing for coming on over. It is about time for me to get a little grub in the belly. Doing those mic that kind of, and I do actually do that, you know, kind of what, in a way, I don't do it as to the severity if you're at the seminar that day trade professor does, but I do like this intermittent fasting team. I always do it when my wife's gone. I just am not that hungry. So I'm about to do, and it's just like really small, like I have like one little thing to eat right before I go live. I'm about to eat one little small thing right now. Before, after I get done going live, and then probably around because it gets dark right around 7, and that'll be like the little small meal that I have. You got it, Allie, BKU, Schwing, Jay Vaughn. You like it though, Jay Chan? That was kind of good. That's y'all two combined. When Jay Chan and Alex Vaughn combine into Jay Vaughn, it's kind of a cool name, Javon. You know what I mean? That's y'all, Javon. You like that, don't you? That's like when Vegeta and Goku combine. That's like when, that'd be cool if Optimus Prime and Megatron had to get together to just beat up some random guy that tried to come in and take them on. They had to realize they had to combine together. Be the better person for once. I've been intermittent fasting for a few years. Lost it. There you go, baby. Go, Jay Chan. Yeah, I don't do it that much. I just do it here and there. I don't do it that much. I just do it when the wife's gone. You know, here and there. When she is here, she could eat, no lie, she could eat all day, every day, and wouldn't gain a pound. She's just one of those people, team. She's so skinny, her metabolism, she's always on her feet. Very active person. So I have to keep up with that, my gorgeous wife, because she is a ripped little nugget. So yeah, it's like she could eat that's all, like I said, she's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. She just eats pizza all day long and she's still ripped. I'm like, how are you still ripped? That's all you eat's pizza. That's not fair. She loves vegetables. She loves vegetables. Loves some Brussels sprouts. She's the one that got me turned on the Brussels sprouts. Never forget, forever ago, real quickly. Had to come home. I know J-Trade's probably gone now. Maybe J-Trade, you still around. So funny, though. Came home one day. This is forever ago. We hadn't cooked Brussels sprouts. You know, that wasn't in our cooking repertoire. And she saw a recipe and went to cook them. Team, I hadn't smelled something that bad in the longest. Oh, my. I was like, she made the whole house smell. It smelled terrible. I was like, we're never doing that recipe again. They were good. But, man, I'm like, we're not doing that recipe again. You made the whole house smell like spinach and garbage and cabbage, which is an okay smell, but not like after 2 hours in where it's just like swamp and Brussels sprouts. I just need to get up to, hey, J-Chan, you're going to get there. I promise you. I promise you're going to get there, boss. All right, we'll put this stocks to watch. We're going to go AXTI, even though I think it's, again, it's getting close to being done. So we're going to go AXTI. We're going to go with AMPS. We're going to go with SJ. And we're going to go with Sonex. Top penny stocks to watch over lunch. Into power hour. I always get my hour. I'm all over the place. Into power hour. Anything else, guys? You have any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything else? I love you guys so much. My website, one more time, again, I'll put that out there in case you need it. If you want to do any live trading with me, if you need any extra help, don't forget, Tuesdays I have opened up for you guys to come over and trade live with me. So Tuesdays, team, if you want to come trade live with me, that is on Tuesday, just like I did recently. Would you stop? I know I can smell your breath. Talking about breath, I can smell your breath. That stank. That stanky, Rue. She's over here like, she's excited because she's about to go outside because you can tell. It's like so weird they know I'm about to be done. She's like panting over here. Girl, I can smell that breath. Come over, though, and trade live with me. Tuesdays going forward. If you want to come over and trade live with me, it is going to be on Tuesdays or the last week of each month. I'll open up October when we get closer to it. Otherwise, pre-market, power hour, and after hour. I do 3 sessions a day, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, team. So if you want any time, before the market and get you kind of going and rocking before the day starts, or, of course, if you just need some, extra help, I do pre-market, the full hour before the opening bell. Then I do after hour, and I do the first full hour of power hour. And, of course, like I said, sometimes on Saturdays. Now you'll have Tuesday for pre-market, power hour, and after hours, and as well all morning long. So if you do need any help from me, come over and get it. All right, lost boys, lost girls, I'm calling it a day. Thank you all for coming on over here. I truly, truly appreciate it. We'll see you all back here tomorrow for some alerts. I will be doing option trading tomorrow. I, of course, couldn't help but today get into shares when I finally kind of popped in. Out of the first lesson, because the first lesson was a little bit more about questions, and they actually didn't want to trade, which I get that sometimes. People just want to come over during the morning session and ask me stuff while stuff's moving. Or if we're looking at the SPY, I wasn't even looking at ATXI or INM or whatever it was that was running up this morning until I kind of joined you guys after that first session. Then I got literally 25 minutes of trades in before I get into another session, which was awesome. And then, as I always say, you can make money, team. There are different times of the day that you can make money if you just wait around. Sometimes it'll be like that. You just pop in, boom, you make money. Sometimes you have to wait 2-3 hours for those setups to actually come your way. J-Chan, that's right. Love it, boss. Ascension, Geek Bomb, Ali, BKU, Schwing, Yuko Allen, everyone else, thank you, AV, everyone from over, J-Trades, if you're still around, I know my Brussels sprout story, Mel, BKU, like I said, J-Chan, Vegetas, Princeinator, have a good rest of your day, team. See you all back here tomorrow morning. I'll try to get any penny stock alerts out. You have any penny stock questions? Because I know a lot of people have run over to options now, and they're just doing options. So if you do need any help in the penny stock world, just give me a shout, and I'm here to help. I will also, as well, like I said, try to do some options over the next 2 days. We'll be in Cush's lobby probably the next 2 days as well, trying to get a little extra options trading in. Friday, I will go live all morning long again, so you can come over to my lobby and trade pennies with me while Deck and Cush and all them do options on Friday. You can come over to my lobby if you want to trade pennies. Have a good rest of your day, team. Love you guys. See you all back here tomorrow for some more fun and trading. Have a good one, team. And yes, we'll play some actual non-copyrighted music for just a minute. And then, of course, I'll probably get blocked later today. Have a good one, team. Lost boys, lost girls. See you all back here tomorrow. I'm about to have some fun. In 3, 2, 1. Bang-o-ring! Come on, where's the barking at? No barking today? You guys suck. You just...
My hands felt just like two balloons. Now I've got that feeling once again. I can't. Have become comfortably numb. Just a little pinprick. There'll be no more. But you may feel a little sick. Can you stand up? I do believe it's working. Good. That'll keep you going through the show. Come on, it's time to go. There is no pain, you are receding. A distant ship, smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you say. When I was a child, I caught a fleeting glimpse out of the corner of my eye. This is the turning of darkness of our You don't know how you met me, you don't know why you can't turn around and say goodbye. All you know is when I'm with you, I make you free and swim through your veins like a fish in the sea. And singing, follow me, everything is alright. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. If you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody inside me. I'm not worried about the thing you wear, 'cause as long as no one knows, then nobody can care. You're feeling guilty, and I'm well aware, but you don't look ashamed, baby, I'm not scared. Singing, follow me, everything is alright. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. If you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody inside me. You don't know how to be my own. Don't know how to be my own. Don't know. I'm not worried about the ring you wear, 'cause as long as no one knows, then nobody can care. You're feeling guilty, and I'm well aware, but you don't look ashamed, and baby, I'm not scared. I'm singing, follow me, everything is alright. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find
good to me. And here's all your lies. You can look me in the eyes with a sad, sad look that you wear so well.
Song for the broken hearted, a silent prayer for faith departed. I ain't gonna be just a face in the crowd. You're gonna hear my voice when I shout it out loud. It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live my life. It's my life. My heart is beating highway. Back then you said I did it my way. I just wanna live my life. It's my life. This is for the ones who stood their ground.